guess in the Saints lucky. It was a good finish, but it's lucky in the sense that I was like, where is Ramsdale on that play? Like, he got the man that So, you know, Lewandowski gets that goal. Lewandowski gets another goal in the 61st minute. Let's talk about that goal, because this is where I say why I think he's so generational, right? Really not a great game, guys. Let's not miss the fact that Lamine Yamal missed a wide open tap on his feet. For that penalty ball as well in the first half. Sorry, my brain is all over the place, right? So I'm a little out of order, but he missed that. He's not playing super amazing this game, I would say. He gives away, so he gives away a goal to the leg, essentially. That's what he and then he disguised that. He's having that back he wipes off. Lazy cuts he scores a penalty, and then this goal, you guys missed this goal. This game became a blowout, so a lot of people change the channels, right? I try to tweet out that I think it's pretty long to a say, bro. He receives the ball, he's doing like a stop and go where he cancels it, he completely sends the midfielder. And then he drives. The way he passes the Lewandowski, bro. Like, I was watching that play, and I'm like, I don't think that pass is getting through. And it just stops on a dime against Lewandowski, bro. He's showing us why he's one of the greatest strikers of all time. Composure. You don't see that composure. Bro, this is why I'm saying you guys gotta watch these games, bro. This is why I love watching Barca. They have ballers. Lewandowski's a baller, bro. This is a guy that can be 40 years old on his Tom Brady shit. And if he can still run with 30 pace, he's gonna be insane still. Just get in the ball in a unique area like that where he can just have 10 yards and make something happen. The shot mantle, boom, the finish couldn't have been easier. And then I think Rafinha scores again. Yeah. Guys, Barcelona, though, like for me yesterday, this type of game is what you need to see from a championship level team. Hansi Flick has already shown us that his system works. Bayern Munich was one of the most dominant sides in 2020, playing a very similar style, guys. And I actually think people are so quick to hate on this Barca highlight. Go watch Bayern 2020, guys. I saw Alaba. They sometimes running that lane used to give me like actual anxiety from watching them, because Alfonso Davies and Alaba used to actually sometimes go over the bit. Like this Barca team is like 35-40. Let's see if it's edits to it. Well, because of the pace of Alfonso Davies they had on the team, they were really higher to it. So look, it's a proven formula, and I look at everything here, and I'm like, you know what? It's crazy what they did to Newcastle straight. You don't see that happening to Newcastle, bro. They just hold 7 goals. Guys, it's outrageous, man. Like, do you understand how crazy that is? 7 goals they conceded, bro. To me, it's crazy. And Newcastle was actually heading into that game in good form. They were in good form heading into that one. So, look, they played an amazing 3 halves, and this is the problem. Playing juggernaut like Barcelona, if they can get it together, look, they will destroy you, bro. They will destroy you. This game was entirely, mostly just a blowout in the second half. Like, Newcastle was like, they're probably, going into half of 45 more minutes here. You're going to score 2 goals. We're not scoring 3 more to even be an extra 5. That's what I mean, bro, this football heritage. So, Barcelona, guys, I don't want to talk about all the games in this video. I'll probably make another video talking about more of the games. But, I mean, bro, they are so impressive with the pace of how they can do this. They've got that's a game. I mean, this is not like every game is going to be, it's like if you are someone that's watching football, bro, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome to watch that matchup. Because whenever a team has to play a team in the league, it's always more exciting, and Atletico Madrid has shown us this year that they can take care of Barcelona. So we will see how it goes. No predictions yet. Thanks for watching the React video. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye-bye. Thank you, Barcelona and Newcastle. We'll get to that later. But first, hello. The sun is leaving. That's right. On Tuesday, barring this match at least. It felt like all of the other times were pretty much finished in the first half. Whether it was goals from the leading teams or red cards or but this matchup, here's the thing about it this morning, chasing, not Bodo for chasing, and it was just a question of which path we would be walking down. And yes, okay, Bodo's run had to come to an end at some point, like I said in the predictions video, but there's
ground, but you still absolutely have to commend Sporting. Give them their flowers for this lot because they did something that Man City, Arsenal, and Inter all did. Yes, you can question the quality of those teams in this particular season, but the basic nation, they did their homework well in the first leg and were able to exploit those weaknesses in defense there on either side. Much of Sporting's attack came from out of flank, their right flank, via Jimmy Campbell. Their break came from across from the left of the Madison, and Sporting eventually brought everything level in the 78th minute when a penalty was given. No back penalty, clear as day, and extra time, Sporting continues dominating both our home winner, now putting daylight between the two sides. So, very well done for the portion that his side were executing on their game plan. And I guess a lot of people will be a little bit sad to see eliminated. They never should have made it this far to begin with, right? I'll save you all the other info about like how the city is, the city, how small the population is, their 1.5% chance of advancing going into their run out against Atleti. But we showed even more so that while I find there are too many matches now with the condition of the phase and the failed run as well, entertainment clubs like Bodo are the reason why we watch. They are the embodiment of winning against all odds, toppling traditional power, no business with skill, power control, and all of those communications. Fun. They've played some beautiful passages of football, violence, rains, and good luck to them in their season, which is starting soon. They played a lot of their UCL in their off season, which is even crazy. This was one of those games that I mentioned was done before the first half. Never say never, anything can happen, etc., etc., etc. But this Arsenal team giving them a lead against Leverkusen at home, I just couldn't see it there. Right at Leverkusen, battled the entire time. They would have had that lead if not for that late divisive penalty in the first leg that Havertz converted. But even if they did make it through with one goal lead, going back to the Emirates with like one goal lead, I don't know that they would have gone. Arsenal would still absolutely be off this shape. This is a team that has conceded just 5 goals total in Champions League. Hard to see this Arsenal trying to figure out this situation. Whether you back how they play or not, they are an incredibly tight team that has found a strength and excluded. But in this match, they showed the levels they have in general quality and being decisive and taking opportunities when they arise. Declan Rice's goal was a great show of skill, quick control, and a shot that was made to measure for that bottom corner. Perfectly placed. Eze's goal, gorgeous, similar words alone, control, get the shot off quickly, but Eze was rocking that blue past the keeper on his way. Eze, by the way, was starting to catch ball with Arsenal. Not that he was bad before by any means, but he's resembling the player that we all remember. Alex is resembling that special talent. Now, I would say that Arsenal has been perfect that they were the outright favorites to win the tournament. I don't think that they are the outright favorites. You got to check with the variant from there, but they certainly have the makeup of a team that is themselves in a position to win in every single game. I think, by the way, Raya is a massive part of that. He's part of second piece mastery. No, they don't play football that you would maybe associate with the Wenger era, but they have individuals that can get across the line with intelligence on the ball, and general quality, consistent finish. Next up, they have Sporting, not a team that they can take lightly. And a team that defeated PSG and Crystal Palace on a 12-match unbeaten run across all competitions in Florida. Luis Suarez is captain. Things is dangerous, so it will be dangerous. Yes, this match was finished in the first leg mostly. There were moments where Chelsea showed that they can get this PSG back in line. And made the mistake where Hideo Sampato were not they were at last season. Part of that could be just that it's the goalkeeper position. People have to look at nerves, and Chevalier at times, Savinov at others. That could contribute to them not always looking confident, making strange decisions at times, balls are played behind them. However, what we are seeing from this PSG side is that an irresistible attack, I guess that's a good word for it, because yes, there were mistakes from Chelsea's back line, but when PSG are in form, they will punish every single mistake, every single gap. Again, I thought that PSG weren't incredibly convincing. That Chelsea showed that maybe they could make something interesting in this. But Mark Kelly got the start this time. Running back there, right in the middle there. Marcola killed things in the 14th. Chelsea blew some chances for sure, and Mayu got a third for PSG around an hour long. Now, the big stroke was Ross here. Writing notes and stoppage time to head to their match was passed along to them there. Writing notes at 8 down on aggregate. It just comes across as kind of performance locked in. There's no value in that note. Players don't care at all. Garnacho's reaction said it all, really. They just want it to end. But yeah, that's a new meme format for the people on the internet. He's already been made a bigger fun of us. I mean, even amongst some Chelsea supporters who are a bit sick of his shtick at this time. Bad run of matches for Chelsea. And that note writing was like aberrating the tactics more in that thing. Now, PSG are they back? They're playing really well now, starting to catch form at the right time again. But again, that defense, Donnarumma.